Welcome to whatever episode this is.
Divine Persuasion Radio.
Not brave.
Sing the whole thing, bro.
So, funny story. I bought Gucci off of famous people on TikTok.
Wow. A famous dog?
Yeah. It's Gucci, the famous dog.
My name is Mullins.
Are you from San Diego?
From Washington.
Yeah, please move that.
Shout out to CrowdStrike, worldwide IT outage.
He's from Afghanistan, so we grew up around bombs and dictatorship. So this is like, I think that people should rise up and and demand something that hey, this is not shouldn't be it.
Can't be called FIFA anymore.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's nostalgic. It's like we grew up with that name.
Are you gonna start calling it FC? Like, do you want to play FC?
No, I'll call it FIFA forever.
I think we need like one more drink each.
There
Matt,
isn't
do you
enough.
think we need one more drink each?
Three.
Yeah. Just keep rotating. The only rule is you just have to keep changing what you drink out of.
Every sip's a different drink.
Okay. You can take my water cap off.
Let's do it. We're rolling. We're good. Bueno.
Sorry. Can you reach?
Cheers. Cheers. Thanks for filling this up with vodka instead of water.
Like we're going to a high school dance. That was a thing kids would do.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Not me. I was very holy.
No.
Set apart. So dumb. Is this rolling? Yep. Oh, cool.
Let's go.
Well, thanks for coming down, dog.
Welcome to the pod.
flew in
DP
from
Radio
Phoenix
episode
today.
number.
We don't know.
We don't know the number of this episode, but
It will be numbered, and it will be an episode.
numbered and it will be released.
What are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful for driving down with my wife and my two girls. It was fun.
What was the highlight, man?
We went to Encinitas and Solana Beach before we got here. So
The best.
it's a cool spot.
It's the best.
What are you thankful for?
I am really thankful for Jesse and Matt because you and I are great and we're talented, but not in this way.
Yeah.
Not
Thank
on the
you,
way to settle
Jesse.
this
Thank
up.
you, Matt.
Round of applause.
Woo, woo, woo.
Wait, get the wide angle on this guy. Real cinematographer down here. Here we go. Oh, man.
There he is.
Exposure. Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah. Check out
That's
that
how he gets his
pose.
shots. Let's go. Okay, so I had two questions kind of prepared in my mind, and now I want to go in a different direction because we had such a great conversation at Hinar. Did I say it right finally?
Hinar, yeah.
Hinar. After being in Barcelona and spending 10 hours in the airport in London, I do want to circle back on what was like your biggest highlight from traveling with your family internationally.
Yeah.
Tell me.
The biggest highlight was probably, this might not sound like as fun, but there's a street that stretched a couple kilometers, and it was like a walkable street, so there was no cars. And I guess Barcelona's like this planned out city where they planned it out in like blocks, and it's called Constel Vicent. That's the name of the street. And so we would
You know what that means in English?
I don't. Almost every day we would walk on that street, and there's like coffee shops, stores, restaurants, like neighborhood parks. And so it was like a daily thing that we would walk that street like into downtown Barcelona or like towards the beach, and then like go places and then take the taxi back home. But I think that was like a huge highlight of our trip there because, like I mentioned to you at the coffee shop, we're so used to driving in LA. You literally have to take your car anywhere, and it takes you like 45 minutes to an hour just to go somewhere. and G and I love walking. It kind of reminds us of our time of living in Brazil, and so yeah, that was a big highlight. And another one would probably be just like being there for a couple of weeks, you know, enjoying that time with the fam, and also just the blessing that it is to work remote, you know. Although I was working from like 3 p.m. till almost around
PST?
like midnight, yeah, because of PST time, but it's a blessing to be able to do that. And at the same time that I was in Barcelona, we had team members that were in Brazil. We had one that was in the Philippines. We had other team members that were in Bali. You were in Washington. And so we were all kind of in different places, but we still make it work. And so...
Okay, I want to talk about, and Matt, if you could throw this up from his Instagram, although I think your account is private, right?
I think so.
So you have to send in the video, but
Yeah.
you post this, and I always get inspired. It makes me wish I could be more artistic like you. The mobile studio,
Yeah.
and you did the snap finger thing.
Yeah.
What do you put together? So as a graphic designer, creative director, when you have to go travel and work, what is in that mobile studio,
Yeah.
as you say?
It used to be a lot more complex, and I used to carry a lot more, but I've really condensed it to a backpack. And it's, I think it's the Wander backpack, which Jesse has as well.
Is that one that I always compliment you on? Yeah, let's bring it
Yeah,
out, man.
And Jesse, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe
We're sponsored by them too.
I believe it's a photography backpack, which I bought it for when I wanted to be a photographer. But everything fits into that bag, and so I took.
I was trying to get you to laugh, taking a drink out of each one. You didn't even respond. Flying
There
in.
you go. Yes. So this is the bag. Mine is green, but it fits. Yeah, mine is probably the exact same bag.
For real?
Yeah. So
Is it a film
mine is
camera?
green.
I'm really good with film cameras.
Jesse has a film camera. I have a digital one, Fujifilm X100V.
What is the Fujifilm X100V?
It's a digital camera that simulates film.
How much does that cost?
It was pretty expensive.
Will you throw a photo of one up, Matt? Like, what about a used one? What would a used one cost?
In the thousands. Yeah.
So it is a digital camera.
Yes.
But it looks like film.
It simulates film presets. Yes.
I'm just talking to like a bunch of guys that know about cameras, and I like know how to use an iPhone barely, like a grandpa.
It's a lot. It's really cool.
Because I've been
it's
wanting to get. I've talked to all three of you about this, but my wife and I, you know my wife.
I do. Yes. Amy. Shout
What's
out.
up, baby? I love you. We've been wanting to get a camera for our family, and I really love the look of a film camera. So are there any other?
So let's talk about this later. Maybe you can buy mine, but I've been
that's a
wanting
good
to buy
idea.
a film camera, one like Jesse's or
Like this?
not like that. It doesn't have to be like that, but I've been wanting to film.
Do you know
actual
who this
film
belongs
camera.
to?
McKinney, one of the McKinney boys. But anyway, back to the mobile studio.
This is cool.
Back to the mobile studio. I
Back to the
packed
mobile studio.
my MacBook Pro.
Can we fly this out? Like I'm talking to my 1-year-old feeding her food.
I packed my MacBook Pro.
MacBook Pro.
Hard drive,
Headphones,
glasses,
glasses.
my Bible,
La
my
Biblia.
Bible. Yeah.
Do you bring a mouse or like a trackpad with you?
No, not
So-
when I travel for a short amount of time. If I'm going to travel for longer, then I'll probably bring my mouse and my wireless keyboard. But I only use my wireless keyboard or my mouse when I'm on my monitor in my office.
So when you're in Adobe, it doesn't matter to you to work off of like just your Mac?
No, I actually prefer the trackpad on the MacBook Pro versus
Why?
the wireless and the keyboard. I don't know. I'm just so used to using it in that sense, in that way.
Would Rodrigo be the same way?
No, so he's different. He uses a trackpad with a pen as his mouse.
For real?
Yes.
So when he's designing, he's using a pen as his
in
mouse?
general, like he uses the mouse, even the
so
pen,
like an Apple Pen.
yes, as
on a
his like
trackpad.
mouse.
No way.
Yeah, it's very unique and very different, and I don't know how he does it.
So
Vicinho does that as well.
really,
Yes, he probably got that from Cugs.
how long has Rodrigo been doing that? By the way, if you're new to DPS, Rodrigo is our creative director. Maybe we can throw up some of his work here so you can see how talented he is. So when you're designing in Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, you would just prefer to just be on your MacBook. You don't need to have another thing.
Well, I'd prefer to have the monitor.
The
big-
larger monitor?
The larger monitor.
What size do you have at home?
I think it's like a 27-inch. So I'd always prefer the monitor just because it's a larger screen, but I don't have that luxury when I'm traveling, and so the MacBook is fine.
Have you seen those things where people do, it probably wouldn't work for like our level of, or maybe it would. I speak out of turn. The things that like come off the side of the MacBooks, like
Yeah,
the
it's like
screens.
3
Have
different
you ever
screens.
done that?
No, so I used to have an iPad Pro, and so I used to mirror the screen on the iPad Pro, but sometimes
like
it would
it?
lag and it'd just be a little wonky. So yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with my, and I think a lot of designers often go with like the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I have the 14, which is a much smaller screen size. I just like it because the Mac is so compact and I can fit it almost anywhere. But if I'm at the studio, I prefer using my monitor.
That makes sense. Okay, I want you to tell the funny client story that happened once. It's moderately inappropriate,
Oh
but
Lord.
my favorite story of early on DPS days. We're not going to say your name, and she's probably
Should-
not watching this.
Should we say this story?
Well, you don't have to. I think it's.
Are you sure you want to?
It's funny. You don't think we should say it?
I don't think so.
Well, we're not going to say it, but basically a funny thing happened on a call once, and Josh doesn't want to talk about it.
If you
online.
are a friend of mine or a client and you'd want to know this story, reach out, let me know,
Yeah.
and I'll let you know about it.
Comment.
I'll
learn
just,
more.
I don't know if this should be out there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be out there.
Yeah.
It's actually really not that bad, but appreciate your.
And to just, yeah, let's just, yeah. We want to care about that person,
Totally.
yeah. And they were a client of ours. They could come back.
Yeah, they could.
I didn't mean to like.
No, you're good. I think it makes for good content. It's funny. I was really excited for you to tell it online.
It's a funny
and,
story.
And
yeah.
to just not say the person's name, but, kudos to you. Cheers. What is the scripture? Love covers a multitude of sins.
Since I just don't want him or her to, watch the episode and that was me. I was the one.
Who did
Anyway.
what?
No. Let's stop there.
Matt, we'll tell you later, okay?
Yeah, we'll tell Jesse and Matt will know. You, camera, you won't know.
Yeah, sorry, camera. Unless you comment, learn more. So, you were in Barcelona, you had your mobile studio, now you're back in LA, but you're going back to Brazil again.
Yes.
I'm excited and sad because it'll mean I'll see you less, but how long are you going this time?
Just like 3 weeks and a half.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister-in-law is getting married, so that's exciting.
What part of the country?
Florianópolis, Brazil.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I love Brazil.
Are you going to have any acai?
Of course.
¿Cuántos?
I don't know.
How do you
But
say
we have good enough acai here now.
It's pretty good.
Shout out Oakberry.
Okay.
And
So,
yeah,
as
it's
someone...
not something that I look forward to. I look forward to
Churrasco?
churrasco. Yeah, probably just churrasco.
Pau de queijo.
Pão de queijo, stroganoff.
So, you tend to bring up that one acai place. Shout out Oakberry, or is it Oatberry?
Oakberry.
And you would say it'd be similar to
Yes. It's
Brazil.
actually a Brazilian brand or a Brazilian franchise. They've expanded all over the world, and there's one in Hermosa Beach, and I believe there is one in Venice on Abbot
Matt,
Kinney.
let's plan a trip to the closest one to here, Or why don't we go to Abbott Kinney? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Let's do a video of me
We
and you.
should do a LA trip.
Yes.
Record a
For
podcast
radio.
there. We can do it at church.
We'll do our reaction video.
And it's one of the best. It's really good outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you rate it out of 10? If pasa ahí in Lagoa.
Around the 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
I miss you, Haskell.
So
Why
good.
is it that Brazilians are so big on like Brazilian barbecue and eating so much meat? How did that become a part of the culture? Do you know?
Okay, so I'm not Brazilian, so I don't want to butcher this. But from my minimal understanding or knowledge of what it means to them, the gauchos, which are they're from the southern
Gauchos?
yeah, which are gauchos for us, like cowboys, pretty much.
Yeah.
They come from the southern region of Brazil, and also expand into like Uruguay and Argentina. They have a special way of barbecuing, which is fogo no chão or fogo do chão.
That's like the restaurants here
exactly,
in the U.S.
which is pretty much they open a pit on the ground, and they with coal and with like wood, and they
What does fogo do chão mean?
like fire on the floor, pretty much. I don't know.
Fire on the
anyway,
floor.
they put the steak on like these sticks, and they let the fire cook it over a long period of time, and so they're known for that, and they're very famous for that. And I hope I'm not getting this wrong, but that's a very famous way of which expanded all over Brazil, and now like Brazil has popularized this type of barbecuing, which is churrasco.
Bro, I love the
It's
places.
like a buffet of meats, pretty much.
Yeah, where you just get to go like red or green if you want
Yeah,
more. Oh,
yeah.
Bro.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's
it's crazy because they kind of clown on American style barbecue, but it's because they don't know as much of like the way we know. But I feel like our barbecue's like so good as well.
like
here.
Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
Or Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, your brisket, your sausages, your
Yeah.
ribs. It's different. I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It's different, and I think it's just
Absolutely.
because they think we only eat burgers. Like
For real?
Yeah, like it's that. Oh, you only eat McDonald's burgers. I'm like, no, we don't. Like, Whole Foods sells some pretty good steaks. You know, some ribeyes. But anyway, shout out to my Brazilian fam. Yeah,
Te amo.
yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you this, and I have no idea how much longer we're going to record for, but I digress into it. Hopefully you don't talk forever. Like so rude. We've now been doing this for a while, and I think something I really appreciate about you is your genuine care for the people we work with and for our clients. If there's a artist, if there's an entrepreneur, if there's a creative watching this, and they're trying to build a portfolio like what we have built. Obviously, we're not perfect. We've had clients, we've lost clients. We're in a good position. But if you're talking directly to a creative director, a graphic designer, a video editor, a videographer who's trying to gain a book of clients, meaning people who they can have some sort of recurring business with and build off of, how would you go about recommending someone setting that up for themselves? Meaning taking care of their clients and curating great art for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're just starting out, it's just a start. You know, you're not gonna, maybe at the beginning, you're not gonna find a contract that's gonna pay you the most or the ideal client, but you're gonna gain experience throughout the way. And each client, each project, you're gonna learn something new and you're gonna grow on the artistic side, on the writing out your own contract side, on the timeline, right? You're going to learn that maybe this project that you said was going to take 3 weeks, you know, because of the way that client operates or works, ended up, you know, taking 6 weeks or longer. And so you learn from those experiences. You learn that maybe next time you should charge with that in mind, you know, to create some buffer. But then you also learn to like how to work with people and how to have patience and empathy, how to try to understand the process that they're going through or what they have to navigate.
Wait, can I stop you there?
Yes.
I want to get this question out because I think this is going to be valuable to someone. I think you're really great at this. I think I'm good at it too, but you're even better because you understand the nuances of art far superior to me. How would you go about coaching or helping someone have a difficult conversation with a client who's really upset? Because I'll get on calls with you and there'll be a client who's moderately upset or extremely upset with us, and by the end of the call, they're basically giving you a virtual hug.
Yeah.
So how do you do what you do, and how would you recommend? And I know it's probably based on the given scenario, but how would you recommend someone go about a difficult conversation with a client?
Yeah. One thing that helps out at DPS is that we always start with thankfulness. And so that kind of helps break the ice of like a client that's coming in, you know, red hot, ready to lay everything down and tell you the project, you know, ended up being not what I expected. And you tell them, what are you thankful for today? And so it kind of breaks the ice. But I think one of the things that I've learned, or that we've learned as a studio, is that if we did something wrong and we misunderstood the context, or we delivered in a direction that was completely different from the briefing or from the project, we own up to our mistakes. And that's one of the big things, is own up to your mistakes and then present a solution that will correct that, right? And so if there isn't a solution to correct that because the project is already, you know, past its deadline, then you have to figure out other solutions, maybe refunding the work or the money and stuff like that. But I always come in trying to understand them.
Understanding first, building empathy and connection first.
100%.
Knowing the actual problem, hearing them out.
Yes. Most of the time, it just takes communication. Most of the time, there was a misunderstanding or a miscommunication or a lack of context, and it's a partnership, it's a relationship. You know, most of our clients are with us for more than a year, and so there will be things that happen throughout that time. So it's just building a relationship, coming in with understanding, coming in with empathy.
Okay. I got a follow-up question before I forget again, and I know I
Yeah.
keep interrupting you. When a client is really upset and you're right on the edge of getting them to kind of, I guess, not necessarily calm down, but see your side, and then you get them to come across, what is that feeling like for you?
Obviously, I'm happy and I'm excited, but I just want them to know that we care. Like, it doesn't, at the end of the day, the art doesn't really matter. Like, art is subjective. You're gonna like it or you're not, or at the end of the day, I want to get off that call knowing that we care about them and that we're here for them and that we're willing to go the extra mile for them, whatever it takes. And almost all the time, it's presenting a solution that wasn't a part of our system. It's so, you know, whatever that means. If it means going back to the project and starting over from scratch and having to spend extra time, or, you know, but at the end of my call, I want them to know, and I want them to feel cared for and heard of, and that, oh, you know, Josh, DPS, Wendell, they really took the time to listen to us. If they were wrong, they owned up to it and they presented a solution.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
It's that popular phrase, right? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you are, whether it's a creative agency or not, but specifically if you're curating art for a client and they're upset, Josh's recommendation from Divine Persuasion Studio is, first and foremost, to begin to understand what their angle is and why they're upset, because it's most likely an issue of miscommunication. So understand, build empathy, and something that you and I practice that I think you're great at, listen to what they have to say and then see if you can repeat it back to them on the call in real time, and then instantly provide some sort of solution. And if necessary, if you made the mistake, own up to the mistake and then provide that solution.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of I don't know if this isn't like standard or common, but clients are shocked when we come with that approach. And that's one
I
of
feel
the,
like customer service is just not
Right.
great in so many companies. Like, not there's anything wrong with it. Everyone should have the ability to get great jobs, but like a farmed out customer service center, it's hard to get a hold of someone who really cares. Or a lot of times I feel like companies won't necessarily own up to the mistake, to your point.
Yeah, and just like you said, they come in red hot, or they have constructive feedback for us, and we're able to turn it into something good because of our posture, because we care, because we own up to our mistakes, and because we always, no matter what, try to present a solution. I think
Right.
those three things really are like fundamental. They're key for our client success.
Right. If you're watching this and you're considering coming on to Divine Persuasion Studio, we want to let you know we really, really, really care about the problems that you have artistically, whether you're a church or a mission-driven business or a nonprofit or a thought leader. We want to serve you with beautiful world-class art that helps you tell your story incredibly well and attract people to the gospel or whatever your mission might be. And as Josh articulated, if we make a mistake, we'll own up to it and we'll find a way to serve you really well. And for those of us who are our clients, we are your local studio. You know it, we know it. We're here to serve you. And on that note, dude, let's take a sip of each of these and do a salud. Okay, you give us a salud for this one. What you got?
Shout out cream soda.
Shout out cream soda. That's what it's due. All right, my turn. Cafe. This is for our wives and our daughters. I love my sons too, but for the girls.
For the girls. Shout out H2O. You never go wrong.
You never go wrong.
Thank you for hydrating us.
I was going to ask you some questions about Jesus, but we're out of time. We'll do it next time.
Okay.
And
We love
need
Jesus.
We do. He's everything.
He
we're
is
here.
everything.
We're here because of Jesus. I'll
Wouldn't
talk
be
about
here.
it another time,
Yeah.
another day.
Love
Tomorrow, later
that.
today,
Maybe.
on our drive up to Los Angeles.
Yeah. We're driving up to LA today.
Vámonos.
Shout out Church Home.
Shout out. You want to come tonight?
I would love to go, but I have a family.
You do. You do. Well, Matt,
Thank you, Jesse.
thank you,
Matt.
Jesse. Hinar Coffee. Have it. Hey, thanks so much for watching Divine Persuasion Radio here on our YouTube channel. We're so grateful that you would take time out of your day to listen and to watch. Hope you enjoyed me and Josh walking around San Diego, talking a little bit about serving our clients and travel. If you have a chance, please hit the subscribe button. I've always felt a little bit weird when people do this on YouTube, but I have been told by many others that just reminding someone once or twice might actually get them to do it. So if you like our content in any way, shape, or form, or you hate it, just subscribe. We'd be grateful. We got a few people doing it so far. And if you haven't had the chance, please go back and watch our episode with Abe Camacho. It was a wonderful time I had with him, and we look forward to producing more content. Please let us know in the comments if there's something you like or you'd like to see us do more, because we really care about building community and people feel like they're part of what we're building. So thanks for watching Divine Persuasion Radio, and this is one of my best friends in the world, Josh. Hi, Josh.